Hi, it's winter, it's cold. One of my favorite things to do is take a nice, relaxing bath. And one of my favorite things to kind of zhuzh up the bath a little bit is to add in some herbs. And this is my bath mix, my kind of relaxing herbal bath mix that I made. And I'm going to teach you how to make this in this video and how to also add in salts if you want to make it a salt herbal. You're really trying to go, full bore with this bath. My name is Kelsey. I'm your best friend on the homestead from roughandtumblefarmhouse.com. Now, one of the first things I'm going to tell you in this video is I do not like herbal bath salts. Do they look absolutely stunning in a jar? Yes, they do, but they are not very practical. And so I will tell you in this video, I will explain how if you want to make an herbal bath salt, you can, but the better way to do it, in my humble opinion, is to have your herbs and put your herbs in the way I'm showing you, and then to, on the flip side, also then just add in salts separately. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you mix the herbs and the salts together and you throw them all in your tub, you're probably going to have to call a plumber if you do it too often, because the amount of herbs that are going to go down your drain is going to be a pain. When you drain your tub, you're going to have herbs floating all over, getting stuck to the side of your tub. So you're going to have to end your relaxing, lovely bath by cleaning stuck wet herbs off the sides of your tub. It's no fun. You're also going to have herbs stuck in your hair, herbs stuck to your body. And so it just totally, as much as it's every once in a while, maybe it's kind of fun to, float and have like all these beautiful, flowers and things floating around you. I mean, the vibe is great, but the practicality is just not there. So I'm going to teach you how to mix this up and then show you how to add the herbs, infuse your bath with the wonderful qualities of these herbs, and then how to add in the salts as well. Okay, so first thing we're going to add is 2 cups of calendula petals. And then after that, we're going to add in 2 cups of chamomile. Again, this is a relaxing bath, a very nourishing bath. After that, we're going to do 1 cup of lavender and then half a cup to a cup of rose petals. Now, rose can be kind of a strong scent, so that's up to you whether you want to use a half or a full cup. And you also want to kind of break up the buds a little bit. Now, once it's all in there, you just mix it all together really well so it's evenly distributed throughout. I always love this part because I always feel, I don't know, like I'm a witch living on the edge of town mixing up some sort of concoction. But it's so beautiful. It smells amazing. Now, for this first method, we're just going to use a small cotton bag. This is actually one from a toy company called Hazel Village that I like, but I'll link some bags below if you want to buy some. And we're going to put about a cup of the mixture into the bag. And I do end up putting more in than I show in this video, but I actually put in a little too much. So you'll see when we get to the tub part that it's a tiny bit too many. So here's a little bit, not quite enough, about a full cup's what you want to put in there. And then all the extra you just want to store in a jar. Again, we are not adding the salt in. You can if you want to, and we'll talk about how much salt to add in here at the end. But it just looks so beautiful, even just sitting on your bathroom countertop, and it's there kind of ready to go. So then you were literally just making a tea in your tub. So I just kind of hang it here from the spigot and kind of fill it up, and I do kind of cinch it up tighter. And then just have the water run through it, piping hot for a little while, like probably, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. And then kind of switch to your more kind of typical tub temperature and just put the bag in there and let it float around. Now, the other method you can do is to make a tea on the stove. And for that, you just put about 1 cup of the herbs in a pot, add 1.5 quarts of water, bring it to just below boiling point, cover it and let it sit for 20 minutes, give it a little stir, and then you're going to pour it through a sieve. This is kind of a mushier version. And now to add in the salts, you put in 2 cups of Epsom salts per bath. So we're tossing in our salts, swishing them around a little bit. And you could do this too if you're doing like the tea in a bag method, do the salts first. And then here, watch out for your 2-year-old. Then this is the strained liquid and just pour it into your tub. So it does not necessarily look the most attractive in your tub, but oh my gosh, it smells amazing. So here's that recipe I was telling you. If you want to add in salts to the full batch, like you're making a big batch, you're going to give it as Christmas gifts or something, use the recipe and then add in between 5 to 10 cups of Epsom salts because you're going to use 1 cup up to 2 cups per bath. So it's really straightforward and simple to make it. To kind of get the full effects of this bath, you want to be in the tub for probably about 20 minutes. I love having my kids in the tub with this because when they come out, they just smell like little herb gardens. They smell incredible and they like it too, though they definitely they think it's more fun doing like the tea method than it is to just like the tea bag sort of method as opposed to just pouring in the liquid because they're like, well, what's that? You know, the color's kind of brown or whatever, but it still works really, really well. You can also do this in the shower if you want to. Again, it's not quite as effective, but if you'd have to have kind of a bigger bag to put like over your shower head and have the water come through, and you need some pretty solid water pressure too. I haven't done the shower method before myself, but it's something you can try. Or even you can get, have it hang in your shower and have it getting kind of wet. And then you can use it to kind of use it as like a scrub. That's super soothing and relaxing. I do that with the kids too, with the kind of bag method, where after it's floating in the tub, then you take it and you can kind of wring it out. It's just like a washcloth basically. So you can kind of actually rub them down with the herbs. It feels really nice. It smells really good. So if you don't have a bag on hand, you can absolutely use the tea on the stovetop method where you strain it out. Just not my personal favorite, but that's certainly an option. Another thing you can do is if you have a French press. We have a French press, but I know not everybody does, so I didn't include sort of the French press method, but that's really simple. You just make a tea in your French press, and then you can just, you're straining out the herbs right there and can pour it into your tub. So French press is another option. I guess you could use I wouldn't use a coffee maker because I feel like the herbs are going to get too big and you're going to make a big mess. So French press, tea in a bag, or kind of tea stew on your stovetop and strain it out are your methods. Now, over on the blog, I do have some more recipes for some other bath teas. I have a recipe for a lemon balm one that should be just kind of like an uplifting bath. It's got kind of a mix of soothing, relaxing herbs and some herbs that just kind of should be helpful to lift your spirits. Lemon balm is such a great, cheery scent. And then I also have a recipe on the blog for kind of an energizing, invigorating bath with some different herbs as well. If you're wondering about essential oils, I don't personally use essential oils in the tub just because you've got your bits and pieces in there, and a lot of essential oils are really strong. Oil separates from water, and so even if you have it in the bag itself, I just don't like to do it, especially because I make this a lot for my kids. And again, you can have some really adverse reactions, and so I don't particularly like to use them. And I find that the herbs themselves smell amazing, are very potent, that they're going to do the job on their own. They don't even need the essential oils in there for that extra kick. If you want to do it, that's fine. Do not put the essential oils directly in water. I would recommend, if you're going to do the oils, to put them on the herbs, make sure it has dried, and then I would do probably the tea bag method, because if you're going to do the method on the stovetop and you're heating it like that, a lot of the stuff's going to get kind of cooked out of it. So, and that's another important thing to note in the video, which I didn't stress and maybe should have, is that you want to make sure you cover it, because a lot of the volatile oils will actually escape in the steam. So make sure you are keeping that tea covered as well. Okay, so I think that's just about everything. I'm also going to pop down below. I don't think I finished it quite yet. So if you're watching this video right when it comes out, it's not going to be there, but in the next couple days, I'm going to put a link to where you can get some printables. So if you want to make one of the recipes from the blog and use it as a Christmas gift or something like that and put them in cute little mason jars and give them, you can print off little gift tags that come with it that give instructions as to how to use it. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you here on my channel. We talk about this sort of stuff all the time, and I'd love to see you back here next week at our Rough and Tumble farmhouse.